Thank you for joining us. How about you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Alexandra Duncan. I am a graduate of GCSU. I graduated in May of 2021 and I majored in political science.
Wonderful. Okay, so how about you tell us a little about your time with college? Favorite classes, favorite professors. Enjoy it, not enjoy it.
Absolutely. So I transferred to Georgia College before my sophomore year. Um, I really loved the small campus and the personal relationships with the faculty and staff at Georgia College. While I was at Georgia College, I was an active member of a few different organizations. I was an active member of Young Democrats, of Hillel, and of the on-campus voter engagement club. It was Bobcats Vote. I was the communications director, and we encouraged voter engagement with the students on campus. We hosted events with other organizations on campus and provided any information about registering to vote or absentee ballots, really anything relating to voting to students on campus. And for my favorite courses and teachers, to just name a few, the teachers that I can think of off the top of my head would be
No
Dr.
pressure.
Kennedy, yeah, Dr. Kennedy, Professor Wilkinson, Dr. Lee, Dr. Rutkovich. I think some of them have moved on to other positions, but they were really, really great during my time at Georgia College. And some courses that I took from them would be, Southern politics or politics of Russia, which were two classes I really, really loved.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
we offered
They,
politics of Russia. That's that's
yeah,
that's a that's a good class.
yeah. I
Great
took that
timing.
with Dr. Rutkovich, and it was really wonderful. They're really history based. There's an aspect of those classes that were history based, which I love because I love history. And I think they were really important classes too, because a major aspect of understanding the legislative process or legislative body is knowing the history of
Oh,
the
absolutely.
legislative body of process. Yeah, so those are really great classes.
Okay, so what have you been up to since graduating?
Sure. So while I was in my senior year at Georgia College, I was lucky enough to participate in GLIP, the Georgia Legislative Internship Program. I interned in the state Senate in 2021. I was in the ethics committee, so we handled all of the election bills that came through following the 2020 election.
Oh, that was active time.
Yeah, yeah, kind of threw me right in there. But it was really great. I had the opportunity to work with really great people. From that internship, I was offered a position in a law firm in Atlanta, Seifert Shaw, and I worked in their business immigration group. That's where I worked when I was graduating college, which was really great to be able to be working during the pandemic, right out of
Oh
college.
yeah, that would adjust.
Yeah. And then about 3 months into that position, the Georgia General Assembly contacted me, let me know there was a position available in the Georgia House of Representatives. And I've been working here since summer of 2021. I've been working here. I'm currently placed in the Ways and Means Committee. I work for the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, which is the chief tax writing committee in the House of Representatives. Yeah, and it's been really great.
So, how about you tell us just a little bit more about that? Because most people probably assume legislature's only in session 40 days out of a year, so that's a full-time job.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are in the Constitution, it states the all bills relating to raising the revenue have to originate in the House. So that is this office. For those 40 days, takes about 3 or so months. We are busy, busy, busy passing legislation. I work directly with the chairman and I coordinate all the meetings for Ways and Means. And then during the interim, when we're not in session, I still work directly with the chairman. I handle constituent work. I handle committee work still. We have a study committee we've been doing for the last few months. So we've been around the state hosting meetings to talk about different tax credits and different businesses and how it affects them.
Wonderful. So, if there's any current students watching, getting advice for current students, internships, anything, you felt like enriched your educational experience, prepared you for your current job.
Absolutely. So when I went to Georgia College, I transferred, like I said, my sophomore year. Then in my junior year, the pandemic hit. So I only had one real year of college experience before the pandemic hit. So one piece of advice that I would give that I wish I took myself was to seize any and all opportunities that you can while you're still at school. I thought I had 3 years on campus to be able to, do stuff and participate in organizations and do internships. And that was kind of tossed in the wind when everything happened. And you never really know what's going to happen. So don't wait. Do as much as you can. I think multiple internships would be great, or, even just one internship, and school clubs and student government, and just be involved on campus, get the experience now. It's the best time you can be getting the experience, and do as much as you can before you enter, the real world, but the start getting jobs and everything. So I think being an active participant on your college campus is a huge piece of advice I would give to students now.
Absolutely. So is there anything I didn't ask you about that you would like to share?
Oh gosh. I think a good aspect of working in politics is it's a pretty broad field.
Oh, yes.
If you are interested in politics, to definitely narrow it down, I think that will greatly help you in making decisions in the future. Also, there's so many different opportunities working in politics. It's not just the government. You can do nonprofits, you can work in law firms. I didn't study law really specifically when I was at Georgia College, but because I did the Georgia Legislative Internship Program, I was offered a job at a law firm and worked directly with the attorneys and the paralegals, and it was really, really great. I would offer to any student, whether they're a political science major or not, to do the Georgia Legislative Internship Program. I think it's a really great program. You meet so many people. It looks really, really great that you've had this experience. So definitely just go for it. Those are my pieces of advice.
Yes, that's very eye-catching on a resume.
Absolutely, yeah. And it was, what, during the height of the pandemic, when unemployment was really bad in the country, I was, because of Georgia College and the Georgia Legislative Internship Program and the professors I had a job in my field right out of college. So I mean, it's definitely something to look into.
That's pretty amazing. So to contrast, I was out of college with a PhD, had
Mhm.
a teaching job lined up, but in the meantime, I was in an Outback Steakhouse working with a PhD
Oh,
because
wow.
nothing was hiring during the height of the pandemic.
Terrible. Yeah, it really messed a lot of us up.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Of course, of course. And if there's anything, just please let me know.